Welcome to week 9 of Bible Studies for Life. Today we're continuing in the book of Genesis. Great stories in Genesis, aren't there? I mean, just so many. We're going to be in chapter 25 and 27, looking at the story Jacob and Esau and the conflict that happens with them. Look, you need to read probably all of the chapters, all of 25 and all of 27. Don't just read the passages in the book because they really kind of skip. They leave a lot of stuff out, and you want to have that background, at least in your mind. You may not give it to people, but it's always good to kind of summarize at least what's happened as you go through this story. Okay, before we dive into that passage, be sure, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Just touch the little button. It's real simple. Just do it now. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already. Then hit the like button, thumbs up, and then if you want to share the video, we appreciate it if you do that. And if you want to comment, really love some of the comments we've had recently. Have been great. And just let us know where you're watching from. I always love that as well. All right, so we're going to look at this passage. Oh, one more thing. Go to give.exposedtochrist.com if you want to support our ministry. All right, here we go. Genesis 25. When her time came to give birth, there were indeed twins in her womb. The first one came out red-looking, covered with hair like a fur coat, and they named him Esau. After this, his brother came out, grasping Esau's heel with his hand. So he was named Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when they were born. Okay, obviously we're picking up in the middle of a story here, so you need to read, right? So you know. We've got Isaac, Rebekah, we've got the babies happening, we've got twins. We've got Esau here. He is a red, right? And we've got Jacob. Jacob, after this, he came out, so he was named Jacob. Jacob means the heel grasper. Also means trickster, right? So they're named after their characteristics as they are born, okay? Esau has got hair like a fur coat. He has got a lot of hair on him, right? So this becomes significant as we get into the story. And then Isaac is 60. Now, I just want to point out to you, Isaac was old enough to know better. All right. When the boys grew up, Esau became an expert hunter and outdoorsman, but Jacob was a quiet man who stayed at home. Isaac loved Esau because he had a taste for wild game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. So we've got Esau, who is the hunter, right, the outdoorsman. And then we've got Jacob, who is the stay-at-home, right, stay inside guy. And Isaac loved Esau, and Rebekah loved Jacob. Okay, we see, the writer's setting up the problem here, right? Here's where things get bad. Here's where things are wrong. Now look, there's no problem with having a favorite, I don't think. In this sense, we get along better. We are like one another. We have the same likes. We do the same kinds of things. That's one thing. But to love one over another, to favor one over another, that's a problem. The favorite in the sense of this is who I'm more like is one thing. The favorite in this is who I like and I don't care for the other, this is the one I'm going to love, and I'm not going to love the other the same in any part of being kind of the same or similar. That's the issue. And that's what's going on here, right? You've got one you've got the dad that loves Esau, you've got the mom who loves Jacob. We've got a problem, right? They are at odds with one another. And I'm going to tell you, there's something else going on here that we should recognize. There's a division between the husband and the wife, between Isaac and Rebekah. There's a division. There's no way there can be. They see what the other one is doing, right? You can tell, what's happening in the home. They see it, and it's not good, right? It's not the way things ought to be, but it's also not right for that family unit. There's going to be division sown between the two. We're going to see that coming up, right? So, and the boys see it. They're not idiots. They're growing up in this household. They see it as well. They see the favoritism taking place. They see the like, and they'll play it up, won't they? Kids will play it up, absolutely. Okay. Then, and here's the other thing. Look, these are young men, right? They're not just children. They are their children, but they're not babies. They're not teenagers. They're young men who see this happening even as they have grown. Now, Rebekah, let me just say one more thing about that. We love our kids the same, but that doesn't mean we treat them the same, right? Because they're individuals. They're individuals. So loving them equally does not mean treating them exactly the same. We treat them differently because they need different things. They have different lives. Okay, there. Now, Rebekah was listening to what Isaac said to his son Esau. All right, look, we have jumped to chapter 27, and we've got this whole thing happening here. You can go back and read the beginning of this chapter at the very least. It gets a little summarized right here, but that's why we read. He was listening to what Isaac said to his son Esau. So while Esau went to the field to hunt some game to bring in, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Listen, I heard your father talking with your brother Esau. He said, 'Bring me game and make a delicious meal for me to eat so that I can bless you in the Lord's presence before I die.' Now, my son, listen to me and do what I tell you." This is Rebekah now talking to Jacob, right? "Go to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, and I will make them into a delicious meal for your father, the kind he loves, and then take it to your father to eat so that he may bless you before he dies." Okay, here's our first problem. Rebekah is listening in to what Isaac said to Esau. She's eavesdropping, right? She's listening in. She's listening in not because she happens to be in the room, not because she's interested in both of her sons. She's listening in because she has a suspicion that something's happening here that she needs to get Jacob in on, right? So Esau goes to the field to hunt some game. I just want to point that out to you, right? He's going out to hunt game. Rebekah goes to Jacob and says, "You listen, here's what I heard, okay? He told your brother, 'Bring me game, make a delicious meal, and I will bless you. I can bless you in the Lord's presence before I die.'" Obviously, they are older now. They're 60 when the kids are born. Isaac is older. He's about to die. The boys are older. They're young men. "Now, my son, listen to me, and you do what I tell you, okay? Because I'm on your side. I'm going to help you, all right? You go to the flock and bring some young goats, and I'll make a meal, that kind he loves, and then you take it to your father so that he may bless you before he dies." She's going to steal the blessing. That's her plan. Now, he says Esau is going to hunt game. She's going to tells Jacob, "You go find some goats." Isaac's old. Maybe he won't know the difference. Maybe because of the spices or however she cooks it, it will seem like it's something else. I don't know. But clearly that's not his deal. He's not going to go hunt. That's Esau's deal, right? She sets him up. And so Jacob answered Rebekah, his mother, "Well, look, my brother Esau is a hairy man." We saw that, right? He's covered in hair. "But I'm a man with smooth skin. Suppose my father touches me, then I will be revealed to him as a deceiver and bring a curse rather than a blessing on myself." And his mother said to him, "Your curse be on me, my son. Just obey me and go get them for me." Jacob sees what's happening. He understands what he's supposed to do, right? And he understands what it means to follow the instructions that his mother has given him. He says, it will be revealed, I will be revealed to him as a deceiver. He knows, look, if I go in there, I'm deceiving my father. And the mother's saying, yes, you're going to deceive your father. We're both going to trick your father into this deal, right? Because you need to get this blessing. And he says, look, if I get revealed as a deceiver, I'm going to get the curse instead of the blessing. He knows it's wrong. His mother says, you just go do it. Your curse be on me. You just obey me. Go get them. Your curse be on me. I'll take the heat for this. You see how despicable she has become? You see how this deception, has grown out of this favoritism, this partiality, this division between husband and wife has become so great that she's now willing to trick him, that Isaac's going to do something almost hidden, in a sense, and she's going to trick Isaac out of it because she can, because he's old and he can't see very well anymore. Dysfunctional family is what we have here, right? The dysfunction is instigated, led, and continued by the parents. The parents are the ones who have created this dysfunction, and Isaac, he's as much responsible for it as Rebekah, because what did we say? He loved he loved Esau. It's his problem too, just as much as it is Rebekah's. They're both at fault for the dysfunction of their family. And it comes out of the fact that they want to play favorites at home. We must be very careful in how we treat our children, how we raise them, and understand that this dysfunction has an effect on Jacob and Esau that goes a while. We're going to see that next week. You come back next week to see how this story plays itself out, right? Because it's not going to be good. We know that. It's not going to be good for Jacob or for Esau, either one. This destructive attitudes of the parents brings destruction into the lives of their children. And that is the case. And so I just say this too, I want you to think about some things happening in the world today. And we see kids sometimes that are out of control. We see kids that are crazy. We see kids that are saying things, doing things. You think, I don't even understand that. We need to understand that kids pick their path, but often that path is influenced by the parents that they come from, the household that they come out of. And maybe sometimes, and look, my wife and my daughter are both teachers. I just want to think about this. Those kids that bug you, that bother you, what's their home? What's happening in their home? How are their parents treating them? And this is not unique. This life is not unique to Isaac and Rebekah. It happens all the time. And so maybe some compassion and some love and maybe some fairness and some grace would be good for kids today. Hey, I don't know. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you teaching, those of you who are. God bless you for that. And thanks for being a part of this community. Be sure and subscribe, like, comment, share with somebody else. Next week, we see how the story ends.